everybody, welcome back to another episode of Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2, and I know, another episode this week, but why? Well, turns out a pretty big mod pack actually just came out yesterday, and I really wanted to start covering it. Now, the coverage of this is really going to depend on something in particular, is the creator's ability to update it. Because there are a few tiny little issues that need to be corrected, so I will be going through it in a order that doesn't highlight the characters that need a little bit of work. So just like, you guys won't see anything unless like in the next episode I say, hey, it hasn't been updated yet, but I think it's awesome, so here we go, or something like that. But anyway, let's get on with the first mod. This mod is not part of that pack, but like I said, this is actually a continuation of the last episode's Fasha mod from Leon Exodio, and this is Super Saiyan 4 Fasha. I definitely like anything Super Saiyan 4 pretty much, so there's not that much to really say about this. I mean, the hair is fasha for sure. It's a different one, and I think it actually lends more credence to the hair, to the fact that Fasha's hair is in fact pretty short. So I mean, like, her hair would get a little bit longer up top, but I think that she would definitely get that a kind of piece in the back, like, you know, kind of like lengthen it in the back and everything like that. So yeah, I think this is a pretty good thing. Oh, and I love the fact that he's actually kept the earrings throughout the entire time. That's another big detail to do. And like I said before, this mod is actually pretty much completely voiced, and actually has unique interactions if you go into versus mode against characters like Dodoria, Zarbon, Frieza, Bardock, and even Goku. And there's a... And even if it's not a very specific one, she still does have her generic voiceover options as well. And I think those are pretty much taken from Tenkaichi. So in that regard, it is a much more ambitious mod than most Fasha mods. Like, you can tell that you went the extra mile to actually get these voice lines and put them in and make them fit. But like I said, the mod is not quite available yet. Although I'd say it is ready to go. Leon, you holding out on me? Is something else coming or something? But anyway, we're gonna be playing as this version of Fasha.
Don't cry afterwards.
And this is gonna be something interesting because, guys, this is the first character from the Dragon Ball ST pack. Now, what is ST? Well, ST is the Super Tour pack, and basically it revolves around a very particular concept, and that concept is, what if the Saiyans did not have access to God Ki, and instead Super Saiyan God was Super Saiyan 4, and then likewise, what if Super Saiyan Blue was Super Saiyan 5? And the Super Saiyan 5 that I'm referring to is the more traditional one from Dragon Ball AF. So a lot of interesting things come out of this, a lot of what-if scenarios as well. But for right now, we're actually going to be playing as Gohan at Super Saiyan 4, and I really liked this version of it because I've never seen Gohan even transform into Super Saiyan 4 in any mod with even a damaged, like, anything Great Saiyaman involved. So I thought this was a really special version of him, because you actually get to hear, and this is pretty cool too, because obviously this is more akin to his ultimate form appearance. And then you have the tracksuit right here from Resurrection C, as it's called, and I'll get to that in a future episode, why it's called Resurrection C. And this is more akin to his appearance while he's wearing Piccolo's gi type. I will say, though, the only thing that irks me just a little bit about this is that if you take a look at his calves, they don't have the red fur, but if you go back to the Great Saiyaman 4, it does have the red fur, so I think it's just a slight oversight. This is a big pack, and at least the guy who made this Gotiker High Ceiling is willing to say, like, oh yeah, there are a couple of things I could actually brush up on, and he's going to update it. So if you guys have actually experienced the mod already, or if you guys are thinking about downloading it right now, I think like the last digit on it is like a 0.1. Just keep on looking at it, and it's gonna get updated. Like, I talked to him a little bit on Discord, and he's gonna be updating it at some point. Hopefully pretty soon, because there are a couple of characters that need just a tiny bit of work that I really want to cover this week. So hopefully he'll be able to get that out within the next day or two. But anyway, yeah, Super Saiyan 4 Gohan with Great Saiyaman's gear on.
Okay, let's get going.
And finally, Super Saiyan 3 Cabba. It's pretty cool. I like it a lot. It's got a lot of potential. Like, this could be something that could actually happen, like whenever Dragon Ball Super actually returns, and you know, maybe, just maybe, this isn't all there is to him. You know, maybe in a minute, whenever we get around to him, maybe there's a little something extra. Maybe you guys have seen it in the maybe in the thumbnail. But anyway, we're gonna get to that last, so let's go ahead and get on with Fasha and her revenge against Frieza. So yeah, this pack took me completely by surprise. To be honest, like, there are a lot of characters in here that I have been following, but I didn't know that they were all part of a pack. I thought that they were going to be separate. And one of the things that's really cool about it, well, actually, I'll get to that in a minute, but for right now, let's go ahead and go with Fasha. And something else I actually like about this too is that it's not just like the starting and intro and like selection lines that she has. Like, you can tell that, like, her battle sounds are actually from Tenkaichi as well. So Leon definitely went all out to get as much, like, as many voice options as possible. Like, there is not one piece of her, like, taking damage, giving out damage, supers and ultimates, that doesn't have her, like, with an original voice line. And I really... Oh. Okay, awesome. I actually really like Sudden Storm. Like, I'm pretty sure that I would actually use a, like, a version of it that kind of complemented my color scheme, if I could. Well, actually, you know what? Sudden Storm isn't that different than the Gallic Beam Cannon, so maybe one day I'll incorporate it into a moveset for my own CAC. Let's see. Ooh, okay.
The ultimate in evolution.
How about no? You can go to hell. Oh. Okay, Frieza. Let's go ahead and do this. This would be, like, one of the ultimate things, like, just a Saiyan that, like, Frieza never saw coming, just coming to whip that ass. Oh, damn. Oh, Jesus. Just knock the shit out of him, would you? Oh, dang it. Let's just go ahead and charge up real quick. Alright, and there. Oh, jeez. No. No. See, definitely like the fighting style. But that's just like the female Saiyan fighting style. I guess I've been missing out because it has some pretty nice little combos in there. Well, can I get it? Can I get it? Am I gonna get? Oh, you sack of tits. Oh well. I almost hit it. But that's Super Saiyan 4 Fasha.
I never would have thought that you'd be this strong.
And I never thought that Super Saiyan 4 Fasha would be that strong. Dang it. Yes, consume Prilosec phone. But anyway, that was Super Saiyan 4 Fasha. I have to say that she was a very fun character to play as. I mean, like, all of her moves are in the right place, so another fun version of her to play as, which Leon and Cali Kings, whenever they collaborate, are really good at finding like good combinations of movesets that make any variation of the characters that they actually make fun to play, which is why I think I am going to at least highlight one more form from Fasha whenever we do the next episode, because of two reasons. One, because I just kind of made that little rediscovery that, like, it may not, like, no offense, it may not be as interesting to me as Super Saiyan 4, or the form from the previous episode, but I'm pretty sure that I'll have fun with whatever moveset they've actually put up. So I'll do one more, and that'll also help just in case the Dragon Ball ST pack has not been updated yet. So you guys will have one more episode with Fasha in it from Leon. So yeah, there you go, Leon. I'll do one more. But give me just a second, guys, and I'll set you up so we can take a look at Super Saiyan 4 Gohan in a damaged Great Saiyaman costume. Alright, everybody, we are back with Super Saiyan 4 Gohan, and like I said, I think this is the first time I've actually seen anybody actually make a version of him in the Great Saiyaman costume in any way, shape, or form, damaged or not. So this is definitely the one that I wanted to try, and I have to say also, I believe that this is actually completely, like, it may be a completely new hairstyle for, like, Super Saiyan 4 Gohan, so for other modders and everything like that, we've got that going forward, so that's pretty cool too. And plus, like, I think this would be something that Gohan fans could get behind, just as far as, like, he's reached a new plateau, he's getting more powered up and everything like that. But yeah, let's go ahead and check out how he plays. Something that I wanted to mention whenever I was covering Fasha, but I realized that I was covering Fasha and not this mod pack, is Godeker actually like really put a lot of thought into this mod, and the reason I say that is because there's like a short novel's worth of information like packed into the actual mod itself that you can read up on. If you want to know kind of the logic behind like some of the characters and how they would appear, and know how certain battles would actually occur. Oh my gosh. Yes. Oh my god, that evil smile.
I'm just gonna go ahead
there's
and
fucked
end
up
this
glitch
tiring
cell.
little fight with the power of my perfect form.
Key blast. Oh, okay, that's right. What? Why is it always go? No.
Not bad.
Come on.
Not bad at all.
Something else I've also liked about the Super Saiyan 4 forms in general, like whenever you start off as them, you don't have to worry about any kind of key drain, really, because that's like the problem with most transformations. It's just that you gotta deal with that innate key drain,
Damn it.
and you're just not able to enjoy yourself as much. Hell, that's not a problem here because I'm just like, I'm gonna do whatever I want because I'm a badass hero. Like, I got it. What, jeez. Come here. Oh. Ooh, well, help me here.
No, this is impossible. My perfect form should be invincible.
Oh, wait a minute. That's right. He doesn't have any kind of
losing like this.
Key charge move. But I love how evil he looks whenever he does that justice pose. That is worth it. Hold on.
Everyone looks weak. That's why I'll beat all of you.
Now this would be an interesting matchup. If this happened like during Z and everything like that, and Gohan was like, yeah, I just kind of did this thing, and then Goku and Vegeta would kind of be all like, how do you do that thing? And then Gohan would be all like, well, I'll teach you how to do it. But then again, that's not how this whole thing begins. Like I mentioned earlier, the whole concept is basically just, what if the Saiyans didn't have access to God Ki? And, I mean, it's a pretty simple concept. And it's not that far off a concept either, because, I mean, like, I'm surprised that the logic of Vegeta wasn't something along the lines of, like, we're a proud warrior race, and we don't need help from the gods and all that bullcrap. God dang it. I wasted 2 finishers.
Are you set on defeating all of them on your
I will say that he does feel pretty powerful as well. Which is another good thing, because, I mean, if you're gonna start him off at, like, a transformation, he should automatically just feel a notch above everybody else. Especially whenever you take into account that he doesn't get the multiplier from an actual transformation skill, which is something that I think a lot of people forget about. Maybe whenever they make their own like CAC into characters, is that like their CACs are going to be a lot weaker than characters that are already, I think, in the game, like by default. But what makes them powerful is whenever you're actually able to get those multipliers in there. And I think, like, whenever you're actually playing as your own CAC, like, whenever you make them into a slot, I think it, like, gets magnified even further. Like, it's really complicated to explain. Let's see.
Wow, you're really laying into them, aren't you?
Yeah, we're actually doing pretty good. I didn't even have to resort to one, like, super move, which is interesting. Oh, dang it, come on. I got him. I think I did. Ooh, gotcha. Are you kidding me? Okay, we're gonna have to finish this off the old-fashioned way. The good old, dang old Super Kamehameha, man. Alright, and blammo. God, it would be interesting to actually see a version of this, like, without a damaged costume somehow, and, like, be all like, this is Super Saiyaman 4, or something like that. I think that would be kind of funny. But the curious thing would be, like, how could you incorporate a helmet and or cape into that? Because I think Gohan would want that. Especially if he was going to include Super Saiyan 4 into his actual superhero persona. Which, I mean, it would basically turn him from, like... what's a good analogy? It would turn him from, like, Superman mentality looking superhero to where, like, they'd fear him, but he'd look like, look at this dork, to fucking Batman, where it's like, not only is he a superhero, but people would fear that, like, fucking rape grin that he does.
You're hurting the god of destruction. You're not a bad fighter, are you?
Oh. Oh, nice, 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 nice. See if I can get him.
Seems like we're done for today.
All right, let me get one more. Oh, yeah. Dude, okay. So, let's go ahead and break this down real quick. So, I really like the design. I really like it. Like I said, I really would like to see like an undamaged version of this costume. Like just specifically like the tights and everything. I can understand why the top got ripped off and everything like that because of, you know, Super Saiyan 4. Just like, oh my gosh, it's so powerful, it rips all the fucking brrr and all that. But as far as the moves go, they're okay. I wasn't as big a fan of Sonic Kick, and just the fact that there's no charge move. I think another move could have been sacrificed for a charge move, but then again, you would have only had 2 super, so I guess I can understand. Super Kamehameha is always reliable. Justice Rush is pretty reliable as well, so overall, it's pretty good mod. Like, as far as movesets go, at least there are more of them if you're not a fan of this particular setup, but gosh, dang, this costume's good. But anyway, solid character overall. Good job on the design that Gohan. If you ever feel like making a Super Saiyaman 4 or something like that, I think I would be all on board to see some concepts for that. Like, or anybody, I don't know, somebody wants to make that. You never know who wants to make stuff nowadays. But yeah, next up, we've actually got the Saiyan from Universe 6, Cabba, in the back, and he's got a little bit more in common with the other 2 characters than you may think. Coming right back. Alright guys, and we're now back with Super Saiyan 3 Cabba, and I actually decided to bring him to a parallel quest that would be a little bit more interesting, because I think it would be interesting for him to do a little parallel quest in which he actually succeeds the power of Champa. I think that would be kind of cool to see, because, I mean, like, he probably didn't appreciate Champa very much, just being all like, you all are worthless and all that, because he's fucking fat fuck. So, let's get down to business. Alright, let's see how he feels. Okay. Whoop. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. Calling this place a stupid dump. Oh, dang. He really is powerful. Which means I may have to do something. Because right now, I'm about to push it to the limit! Super Saiyan 4 Cabba! Oh my god, I really like how this came out, because like he still keeps his like really slender body type, but just like the design just makes him look so much more of a badass and a confident warrior. Champa would shit his pants if he saw this shit. Oh damn. Now, I would say one thing in particular about his ultimates and everything like that, and his supers. I think some other viable options would have been maybe the Super Gallet Gun as an ultimate, or the Earth-Splitting Gallet Gun as a super, one of those 2. But that's just a little nitpicky stuff, and like, if anybody ever wants to change that kind of stuff, I'm pretty sure that, like, they can do that on their own time. Ooh. Oh, dang it. Oh, frickin'. Critical upper. Let's see. I think I know what critical upper is. Oh, I like that move. Like the super hot sure you could have death. But yeah, overall, what's actually interesting is that he's really holding his own against a character that's like so souped up like Champa is right now. And that's pretty impressive.
I'll have to really hurt you!
Oh, that's right, double buster. What would be interesting though is to see some kind of mod, in my opinion, if and this could also be like a potential what if series, like for Moscow X if he's listening. What if Vegeta actually went and trained with Cabba? Because, you know, the thing about it is like, some people would say like, oh, well, I mean, Vegeta's more of the family man in the group and everything like that. However, if you really think about it, I mean, Goku fucking went to go train with Oob. But then again, Goku's been ditching his family for years, so... But at the same time, I'm pretty sure that, like, more specifically as Vegeta's wife, Bulma, would understand. And hell, maybe even Vegeta would, one of the conditions would be that Vegeta would have to take Trunks with him for special training. That could be a interesting little potential mod pack slash what if story. Like, I know that a lot of people have kind of wondered that, and I'm kind of wondering myself, like, whenever Super returns, will we see a scenario where Vegeta does actually go and train with Cabba? I think it's actually, like, pretty much like an inevitability at that point. I just don't know how major the events will actually be, or if it'll just be all like, yeah, I went to go train him. We didn't have enough, time for the entire series to actually make it into anything interesting, so I said that I did it.
Like that?
I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think Super Saiyan 4 Cabba has, like, a defense buff, which is great. Which I think, honestly, like, I think that's one of the things that, like, Super Saiyan 4 actually does have, is a kind of defense buff, because, I mean, Super Saiyan 4, like, the body of it, I think, is just much sturdier overall. Because, I mean, you never see it get, like, a Super Saiyan 4 get impaled or anything like that. Well, that's kind of iffy to say, because I don't know, like, I'd have to watch the scene again, but I don't think Omega slash Shinron actually, like, impaled Goku or Vegeta because of two reasons. One, because, I mean, they were alive for the rest of the fight, and two, I think that was more, he, like, got him to where they were resting on his spikes. So, yeah, I think that one of the overall traits of a Super Saiyan 4 is just that, like, they're much more sturdier. Much more sturdier. Sounds like such bad broken English. Good God, just die!
You're a strong one indeed.
Indeed. I gotta get you. Catch a bit. Aw, you fucking asshat. Can I just defeat her? I'm pretty sure, though, that, like, if these are his stats as of now, I'm pretty sure that, like, the actual, there is a slot of this that actually starts him off at Super Saiyan 4. Like, that's probably, like, the actual beefier, stat increase, as far as choosing that, as opposed to transforming. That's probably where I fucked up, because I wanted to be all, like, Oh, I'll make it all fucking, oh my gosh, dramatic reveal, even though you guys probably already saw it on the fucking thumbnail. Alright, let's go ahead and charge up a little bit. I don't know if...
It's high time we left, too. Is something wrong?
I'm feeling rather annoyed.
Oh,
some
really?
reason.
You want some of
Let's
this beer?
destroy this place and get out of here.
This is neutral ground, Lord Beerus. It neither belongs to Universe 6 or 7. Perhaps it's better left in one piece, don't you think?
Fine. Maybe I'll vent my frustrations on this tag-along.
Oh, that's not
Do
cool.
what you want, if that's what it takes.
Okay, so here we go. Do we have to take on both of them? I forgot.
How will you
Oh,
give me some
damn it.
fun?
This is a nuisance. Did you consider the power difference between us before you decided to fight?
Come on. Eh, that's right, Beerus, I'm taking it to you. Oh, I didn't know that your stamina was actually broken. That's good to know, because I got you. Okay, not bad. Not a bad chunk of damage. Oh, fuck you. Oh, fuck you, Beerus. You fat sack of tits. Oh, come on. Come on, please. Let me get it. Oh my god, am I gonna get it? Oh my god, I'm gonna get it. Oh,
What's the matter?
oh
Is that
that's
the best
awesome.
You can do?
Whenever that shit hits, it's such a treat. Alright. Ah. Okay, there we go. That's what I wanted to do. God, I hate that move so much. I need to be aware that that's Beerus's bread and butter, pretty much. Okay. That's right, I forgot, like, one of the big strengths of critical upper is that you can throw it in, like, anywhere in a combo, and it'll pretty much work. Ah, dang it. Missed with that.
You're hurting the god of
I
destruction.
am.
You're not a bad fighter, are you?
So, I will say, for one recovery item used so far, Cabba can go the distance. Let's see. Ooh, maybe. Oh! That was awesome. Alright, don't you be going soft on me, Whis. 'Cause I'll beat your ass. I don't care if we're buds and everything like that and everything's cool because you're an angel and all that. I will rock you like a hurricane, sir. So that's one of the big strengths, I think, of Cabba's moveset is just solely the fact that he has critical upper. And for those of you who don't know, that is a move that you get from, surprisingly, just Dodoria's training. I have gone on record many times as saying, like, for those of you who, like, may have skipped out on training with him, I would recommend you take a second look at most of the new characters that do training in this game, because they all have something pretty interesting to offer for you. Let's see.
Where are you looking?
God, I love, but I hate his grab. I love doing, like, the potential of doing Luis's grab, but I hate being caught in it. There's a fly on the screen, and I don't like it. And there we go, and
It is a
bam!
surprise that someone like you exists.
You know, another concept I think would actually make a really good mod as well, and I think it's actually coming to fruition on Tenkaichi 3, a Tenkaichi 3 mod would be a Cabba and Vegeta fusion. I really would like to see some modders actually try that out, like maybe even Air Talent, like making it with like his HX fusion, which would probably add a little bit of a new dynamic onto that, possibly. Like, I think that would be cool. Ah, Jesus, come on.
I let
I'm gonna
my
get
guard
you.
down a bit too often. Jeez, I took so much damage.
Can I get him? Oh
That
my
was quite
god!
good.
That
I'm
combo at the
impressed.
end.
All right.
Oh my jeez.
Stop, jeez.
Have you had enough, Lord Beerus?
Yes, but only because I'm getting hungry. I think
Well,
it's
that's
time
good.
For dinner, don't you?
Indeed. As
Yeah.
you wish, Lord Beerus.
Well, all right. So, let's wait for Rats to say his little spiel. What do you think?
I have nothing left to teach you!
Woo! So that's a Z rank. Awesome. Good way to close that out. So, overall, it took me a little bit longer to actually, get through this with Cabba, but I started towards the end to actually see the, strengths of his, moveset and everything like that. He's able to line up a lot of his stuff a little bit better than I thought. Saiyan Spirit is a good move to have for him. I would say, though, it would be cool if there was, like, another moveset or, like, a damaged armor moveset where he has, like, the Super Gallic Gun as a finisher, maybe, Gotaker? Maybe? Maybe. But if not, that's something that anybody can really change if they know what they're doing. The design is spot on. I love the fact that he maintains his skinny stature while in Super Saiyan 4 form, and I think that it's just an overall interesting take because mostly, like, the Universe 7 Saiyans are obviously just much bigger, and it's just a interesting thing to see this skinny fucking kid, almost, be in Super Saiyan 4. It's interesting to see, and if you guys liked that from Universe 6, just wait, there's more to come, and I think you guys are gonna like it. But like I said, the coverage on those characters will really depend on how quickly the mod is updated. So hypothetically, best case scenario, next episode you guys will see some more from Universe 6 Super Saiyan 4s. If not, there's still a lot of interesting things to this mod pack. A lot of interesting potential what-if forms for characters if God Key was not a factor to like Saiyans or actually even mortals, really. Like, it's going to be an interesting thing to see. But that's going to be it for me. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to know when the next episode is coming out. And question of the day. Actually, I thought I had another question, but this is actually not too bad a one. I know that there are mixed opinions about Super Saiyan 5, and I'm not going to go into what are your thoughts of that. I'm just going to say this. If you like Super Saiyan 5 in general, which version is actually your favorite? Is it Dragon Ball AF's version, where they get the white hair, like the skin becomes like slightly more red, and like they get red eyes? Or do you guys prefer the Absalon version of Super Saiyan 5, where the hair turns, like the hair and fur turns white, they get like, I think a little bit more like darker in skin complexion, like a little bit more monotone, and the shading goes down a little bit in their skin, and the iris, I believe, turns black, and then the pupils turn white. Personally, I am a firm believer that it is a real matter of what character you are talking about, because I could see the Absalon Super Saiyan 5 really working well for villains in particular, but for heroes I have to go with the good old Dragon Ball AF. Not to say that I'm not a fan of Absalon, it brings in a lot of interesting concepts and everything like that, but I gotta go with AF for heroes specifically, and Absalon for any villainous Super Saiyan 4s. But thank you guys so much for watching. More of the Dragon Ball ST pack will be covered throughout this week and probably next week. Take a look down in the description to download it. Remember though, there will be updates to correct certain issues. Like, there are some, but until the update comes, you should actually be able to enjoy yourself with the vast majority of what's in this pack. So, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you to Gotaker for making this amazing pack. Thank you, Leon Exodio, for making the amazing Sasha. And going the distance for those freaking voice lines. I know that that probably wasn't the easiest thing to do, because if it was easy, everybody would have a lot more mods with custom voices and everything like that. Thank you guys so much for watching. This is Ostuni, signing off. Yeah!